Hello everyone, welcome this month to our Global Stampin Video Hop. My name's Linda Dalke and you can probably hear my little birdie in the background. He lives in the corner of my craft room and he likes to make noise when I do. So please excuse his chirping. I hope you enjoy the sweet sounds of him chirping in the background. Okay, so today what I'm going to be doing is working on our theme. This month our theme is family, and so I've gone for something a little bit different this month. Now, some of you may know we have some new online exclusives coming next month. They start on the 5th of March for customers. Demonstrators can get them right now. If anyone was thinking about joining Stampin' Up while we've got our great promotion going on at the moment, you can get them now too, because you could get them in your kit. But this is one of the sets from the new stamp sets that are coming, or the new bundles and products that are coming. This one is called Pets and More. And I was thinking, well, what does family mean to me? And some of you know, of course I was going to get this set. Some of you know that I have 2 cats and I have a bird, and they're part of my story. People know about these things in my life because I talk about them a lot. And in this set, we have Pets and More, which, did you notice? It did not escape me that we have 2 cats and a bird. Okay, we also have a dog and we also have a rabbit. I don't have any dogs or rabbits right now. I have had both those things in my life, but right now I don't. But I do have these 3 right here. And I thought, well, they're kind of my family. My fur babies are my family, and feathered baby. So let's make a card with these, something super cute. And I've got a few pieces here that I think will make a fun card. All right, so I'm actually using some of the colors today from our outgoing in color range. So these colors, the ones that I'm using today, I'm using Tahitian Tide, which is this beautiful, this sort of turquoise blue, Tahitian Tide. And also I'm going to be using a bit of Parakeet Party. And these are both colors that will be retiring when our new catalog goes live. So if you love those, you will want to get them very soon. And if you're buying the ink pads, make sure you get the refills, because the refills are always the first thing to go on the retiring list. Okay, I'll have all the details in the description below this video, how you can purchase them if you're in Australia. I'll have a link to my online store to make it easy for you to go shopping. All right, so I have a piece of basic white thick card base. This is half a sheet of A4 cardstock, or if you're using letter cardstock, same thing, half a sheet, and then fold it in half again. So I'm going to use my bone folder to fold over that crease, and then I'm going to set this aside until we're ready to use it. And I have a Tahitian Tide card front here. Now this is measured in centimeters. It's 14.3 long by 10 centimeters wide. Okay, if you're in the US, that would be your card front size, so 4 inches across by, I think it's 5 1/4 from memory. I've also got some DSP, or designer series paper here. This is from the is it Zany Zoo, I think is what it's called. I need to double check. I'll put that up on the screen so you can see it. It has cute little animals and things on one side, but I'm going to be using this side. I love black and white paper. Black and white with anything looks always so great, and every time there's black and white released in a catalog, I always make sure it's on my list early. So I'm going to be attaching this piece. I've measured this to be 9 1/2 by 9 1/2, and I'm going to pop that right here. Now I'm not going to put it in immediately, but I just want to position this because it leaves this little piece, this little panel here over, and I'm going to be making some cute little paw prints. Now you might notice in this set we have what looks like a dog print. Okay, to me that looks more like a dog, but I thought, well, I've got cats, I don't have a dog. How could I make this more cat-like? And I'm going to show you how I do that. I actually played around with this a little bit. So this is just Pebble Path ink. Okay, and you can see if I was to, I'll just show you how it works. So I'm going to do the same thing on here in a moment, but if I've got my little, looks like a dog print to me. But you notice these ones look more cat-like, and all I did, super easy, was get the thin end of my Pebble Path marker, so the same colour marker, and just do a little tiny dash at the top to make it look like it's got claws, and all of a sudden it looks like a cat. All right, so if you want to make your dog prints look more cat-like, I thought this was a fun trick to make that happen. Okay, so, all right, so let's do that on here. I've got this piece just positioned here for now, and then I'm going to come in. I've cleaned off that stamp, and I'm going to actually make some tracks over here. So poor Cookie, we're not getting any bird prints today, but I did look up bird prints as well to see how I could make bird prints, and there are ways to do that. So I'm just going to make my cat paws go up in this section here because they're super cute. Aren't they cute? I really like them. Maybe one down the bottom. All right, so just like that. Okay, so it looks like it's walking up there. And then let's get our matching marker with the skinny end, and I'm going to make it have little tiny claws. So easy way to turn your dog paw print into more of a cat paw print. Just do little dashes. Isn't that cute? So that's a little tip for you today. Something I love to do in all my videos is show tips. Okay, I love to show tips and techniques to make your paper craft or card making experience a little bit more fun, a little bit more interesting, showing you new ways to use your stamps and new ways to use your bits and pieces. So if you really love that sort of thing, you might want to subscribe to my channel here. I love it when new people subscribe, and hopefully you will enjoy being part of this community. So I'm just going to put some glue, doesn't matter what glue you use, just any adhesive that you like, on the back of this black and white piece. And if you have other black and white pieces in your collection, you might want to add some black and white, because it's just, black and white has so much impact and it looks great with lots of colour. All right, so let's pop that right there. Now, I have used the Nested Essentials dies, okay, which are these ones. Love these dies, they're fantastic. I used the smallest one of these rounded corner rectangles, okay, which is this shape here, and I've cut 3 of those smallest size, sorry, second smallest size, and that's what I'm going to use to stamp my little critters, okay, my family of boys. All right, so I'm going to start with, should I start with in order of appearance? Okay, I've had Cookie, my little birdie, for nearly 25 years. Okay, so I'm actually going to stamp him in grey, because I think probably either, I think I'll go basic grey. Basic grey is a little bit darker. And so let's put him here in basic grey. And I'm going to move him down a little bit, not right in the middle, because I actually want to give him a bit of a crest on top of his head to make him look more like a cockatiel, because that's what he is. All right. And you can see it already colours for you. You could actually leave it just like that because we've already coloured his wings. Cookie has white on his face. He's what they call a white face cockatiel. He has white on his face and then grey on his wings and his body. Well, actually, his wings are white and the rest of his body is grey. But this already has coloured in his wings. So I'm going to make some of his body grey and we'll see how we go. Then we have Merlot. Merlot is a black and white cat. Now this cat actually has more black on him than Merlot does. Merlot is more white than black. He's more of a white cat with black spots, not a black cat with white spots. But Merlot is he's a force to be reckoned with. I can tell you that. He is beautiful in personality. He has such a lovely, easygoing personality, except when it comes to food. If food is involved, he's obsessed. So I'm trying to get this inked up as well as I can. And because it's a more solid stamp than this one, I'm going to use a matte underneath. Okay, so when you're using a fairly solid stamp and you want to get the best inking you can, you really want, I'm using Memento ink here. When we had a Stamparatus, or if you have a stamp positioning tool, use that to give you the very best. Now, it fits very well, but it's not going to quite be solid enough. That's okay. Let's see how it went. Well, it's actually not too bad. I don't mind that it's not completely solid over here, because maybe it's a little bit more, but it's nice and solid on his head, isn't it? That worked out well. All right, and then the final member of the family who joined us 3 years ago is Crumpet. Crumpet is, sorry, that's not Crumpet, it's Cookie. Here's Crumpet. All right, so Crumpet is a ginger tabby, all right, which is exactly what this cat is a tabby cat, so it's perfect. It was almost like it was made for my boys. And I'm going to put Crumpet here. I'm going to stamp him in pumpkin pie because that's the most orange color I have. So I'm going to pop that right there. And there's not as much solid going on this one, so I'm going to just, don't worry about the mat. I'm just going to stamp him on. All right, let's peel that off. There is Crumpet, looking very Crumpet-like. All right, now I could just leave it like this. Merlot, I will leave it like that because we've got the black and white just in the stamp. Cookie, I'm going to give him a bit more grey, but Crumpet needs more orange, don't you think? All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean off this stamp with my Stampin' Scrub and my mist. I still use Stampin' Scrub. I still think it's a wonderful cleaning product. I prefer it to the chamois, just personally. It's always your personal preference what you prefer. All right. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take this off and I'm going to turn it over. All right. I'm going to have it so that the detail is actually facing towards the block. And now I've got the back of this stamp. All right. I'm actually going to ink up the back of the stamp. Doesn't want to stay. Come on. Let's try that again, shall we? All right, and I'm going to stamp this off. Now, there's a bit too much ink in that one spot, but that's okay. See how it's quite dark there? Now I'm actually going to re-stamp this. All right, give me a second. I'm going to clean it and we're going to do it again. If you have trouble with the stamp sticking to the block, because I find the detail side does not stick as well as the solid side, and that's part of the issue. That's the issue I'm having here. So what you can do, even though it's not so pretty, but I actually will sometimes use a little bit of seal on my block. So just put a little bit like this. I need a new pumpkin pie ink pad. All right, there's a bit there. Oh, it doesn't want to stay. That's better. All right, and then I'm going to stick it to that. All right, so it's not ideal, but it does stop it from coming off. So I am going to, that's better this time. All right, now I'm still going to stamp this off. Okay, I'm going to stamp it off on a piece of paper because that's quite dark. I don't want it to be that dark. And then I'm going to come over and we're going to re-stamp it. Yep, pumpkin pie ink pad's got to go. I need a new one of those. That happens occasionally, but they last for years, and if I have to buy another one every now and then. Look how cute he is. He's super cute and plenty orange. So we have Merlot, we have Crumpet, and let's give Cookie some color as well. I've got some smoky slate. I've got dark smoky slate and light smoky slate. So I'm going to give Cookie a bit of color here. I'm going to color down the bottom. Now I'm looking at Cookie right now. He has a grey tail, so I think I will color his tail. But I'm going to leave his face white. His breed or his type is called a white face for obvious reasons. And so I'm going to make sure he stays white up there. There we go. That looks good. And then I'm going to color his tail like so. Now, I did say I would like to add a crest because Cookie has a crest on his head, and it wouldn't look right if he didn't have a crest on his head. So I'm going to actually kind of give him a little bit of a, give him a crest. It's almost like an S shape on his head there. I've used the light one, and now I'm going to use the dark one. And that makes him look more cockatiel-like, don't you think? All right, so now I have my 3 boys. Oh my goodness, what do you think? Have a think about your pets, and you may find that you can adapt the pets in this set for your particular pet family. All right, so I've got Merlot. Now he's looking kind of up, so I kind of want him looking up at Cookie. Mind you, Merlot would never hurt Cookie, I don't think. Oh, I don't know. Who knows? I'm not willing to take that chance. I make sure that Cookie's safe in his cage when the boys are out, when the boys are around, which they frequently are. And I only let Cookie out of his cage when they're not there. So I'm wanting to have this placed about here. So let's put these through. This one I'm going to put straight down. I've got the seal here, so I might as well use that. And it's going to be right about here. And then this one is going to be up. I'm going to put both these up, actually. So I'm going to use dimensionals. I've got some here. Let's pop a couple. Well, 1 in each corner, so 4. Behind Cookie and behind Crumpet. Now, I was deciding what greetings would I want to have with this set. And I'm a little bit unsure. All right, so I'm going to have Cookie kind of up the top there. And the reason that I'm unsure, I've thought of a couple of options. I could use a stamped sentiment such as a hello, because obviously it's like the boys are like, hello, here we are. And that would be easy to do. There we go. There's Cookie. All right, there's the 3 of them. Look at that. Isn't that cute? So there's a few options I thought of. First of all, I did take out my mini alphabet. Now this mini alphabet is fantastic. It's one big die. There are some other dies in the set as well, but this is one big die that actually cuts all the alphabet and a couple of the more common letters. So there's 2 E's, 2 A's, 2 H's, and so on, okay? So you get them on and you've got like a pile of letters, and you could then go through and work out the ones you want. So if I wanted to have the words the boys, or I could have had my boys, so I wasn't sure what I should have there actually. I could put it on black, which would look really cool because it would make those letters stand out. And we push out the middle of the B there. Okay, and that would go. So I could have the boys on here, and I thought that would look fun. All right. Another option would be just to have a greeting. So I did think about a nice big hello, such as the hello in the Biggest Wish set. This one here. I thought that might be really cool. And I could do that in Parakeet Party, for example, and stamp it on white and put it up here. So, I don't know which way to go. Maybe, I wonder if I did both, if it would be too much. I wonder. All right, let's have a try. Let's see how this goes. So let me grab a bit of basic white here. And I'm going to put my hello. Now this one has been used. If your stamps get so they're not sticky anymore, what you want to do is wash them under, this one is not sticky right now. You want to wash it under warm soapy water and leave it to dry, and it gets its stick back, or get some of its stick back anyway. So that's something you might want to have a little think about. I'm going to put this on this bigger block, but it won't matter. And I'm going to stamp. I'm wondering if the Parakeet Party will be dark enough. If not, I could move up to, say, Orchid Oasis, which is a purple colour, but that's darker. But let's see how this stands out. And I'm going to pop that right there. Actually, that's pretty nice. I don't mind that. All right, so you could cut this with a trimmer if you want it to be really straight, or if you don't care if it's straight, you could cut it with scissors. Okay, you could go either way. I like both options. So let me cut this with scissors, and I can try and go straight. If I'm going to go crooked, the secret of having crooked that works is having crooked that looks crooked. You don't want crooked that looks like you made a mistake. You want crooked that looks like you meant to do that. But I'm actually just cutting that as it is. That looks okay. So I could have these guys down here, hello, and then have the boys up the top, or I could just put the hello up here. Maybe I'll just do the hello. I like that. And the boys, well, that would be good for a scrapbook page, wouldn't it? The boys. Look at that. Which way should I have gone? Should I have done the boys, or should I have just left it as a hello? I think anyone that knows me well would know who these guys were if I sent them this card. I'm actually going to put a couple of dimensionals behind that and put that on there. Hello. And I don't want to cover up too much of my cat claws. What do you think? Do we like this? All right. I'm going to pop this on my folded base. So I'll use, you can use whatever glue you happen to have handy. I'm using Seal because that's what I've got. But you could use anything, such as Tombow, tape, whatever you like. All right. And then I think I need a bit of bling. What do you think? Now, when it comes to adding embellishments of some kind, you can use whatever you happen to have in your stash. I'm just going to use a few of these these glossy dots, but you really could use anything at all that you might have. And I'm just going to use my take your pick tool to attach these. So it doesn't really matter what you have. They're all going to look amazing. That's what we have. Something that looks awesome. This one up here. I'm going to have a little guy. Over here. There we go. And I'm going to call that a finished card. It's pretty simple. I don't know. Do you think I did the right thing going with the hello instead of something a little bit more personal? If you wanted to have a more personal thing, you can write whatever you like with these cute little letters. Aren't they great? And I think they're called the mini alphabet dies. I think they're super good. And I love that it's just one pass and then you just pick out the letters of the ones that you want. So one pass and I had those words if I wanted to use them. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed that. I think that we have another video to follow this one if you would like to click over and see what's next in the video hop. I'm really excited to work with this group. I love that we get to show you some cool things every month. And I hope that you've enjoyed this sneak peek at a look at what's coming on the 5th of March for everybody. It will be in the online store and all the details are below from the 5th of March. Thanks, guys. Have a fantastic day and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.